Hey guys, what's going on? Troy at Mountain Man Treasure, and today we're talking a little customer service.
Mountain Man Treasures.
Welcome into the channel, guys. My name is Troy. I'm a reseller in Montana. Garage sales, estate sales, thrift stores, sometimes buying things online. That's what I do. And then the second half of what I do is then go and sell that stuff, mostly on eBay. Now, today, we're going to take a look at what I sold over the weekend out of my eBay store. Some really nice sales in there, I think. And a couple of requests that came in with those purchases from customers. And I think fulfilling those requests in this instance, or these instances, I guess, is a good thing. And I think that's good customer service. So we're going to talk about that after we take a look at what sold. I've got some packing to do. It was a relatively busy weekend. Thankfully, most of this stuff, pretty easy shipping. That's the sort of stuff that I quite honestly kind of trend toward anyway. But it's nice when you sell a whole batch and all of it is going to be pretty quick to ship. About the quickest you can get. DVDs. I love selling DVDs. This thing, the Sword and the Sorcerer, guys, if you find this, absolutely a bolo, even pre-owned, but this one is still sealed. And I picked this up this weekend. It turned out I got a whole bunch of media at a community sale this weekend, not just from one stop. I got multiple DVDs all throughout the morning, and this is one that I picked up there. I can't remember exactly which stop I picked this up at, but generally I paid $1 a piece for these, and this sold very quickly for $21 plus shipping. So keep an eye out for the Sword and the Sorcerer. We've got here a t-shirt. This is a Telluride. You can see right there it's Elurid, but I promise there's other letters on there. I got this from our friends here in town, Troy and Deb. This thing I accepted an offer on for the Telluride shirt. $7 plus shipping for that. This guy, Wizards, I picked this up 2 weekends ago on my trip to Billings. A whole massive pile of stuff like this. I've started listing them. There's just a lot of them, so they're going to get scattered throughout my listings here and there. Brand new set. Little snowman with a top hat, and I guess this includes wire for hanging, so double prizes. The Wizards snowman ornament has sold for $3.95 plus shipping. We've got a little Pikmin plush going out. Love when these things sell. I've still got a few left. They sell slowly, but it's great profit, and once again, easy to throw that guy. I think him will put in a little box. Usually the higher dollar plush I will put in a box, and he sold for $25.59 plus shipping. Now let's move him. There we go. Let's do this guy. Got a little griffin. Pretty cool. It's got a crystal ball there, little pewter figure, and you can see on the bottom there, Ral Partha TSR. It's got some Dungeons and Dragons vibe going on there. This one I got last summer, and so he's definitely been hanging out waiting for the right buyer. We found him. $28.47 plus shipping. I like it. Got a vintage pin going out as well, a quantity listing, so it's not a big deal that these are low dollar. I'm throwing him all over the place, or he's flying, not sure which. Not a big deal that these are low dollar because it's a quantity listing, and we're in the profit on them already anyway. The vintage pin, $2.99 plus shipping. We've got this. Actually, this just snuck in this morning. I just sold, actually, the Gillette Sensor XL. This is from the 90s, guys. Got a metal handle on there. This is new old stock. See, never been opened. I picked this guy up at a garage sale this, I think it was on Friday, this past Friday. Paid $2 for it, and we went back and forth with offers and counter offers and settled in at $37.75 plus shipping. I could have waited and got around that $40 to maybe $42 mark for it, I think, and it wouldn't have taken that long, but it was nice to get some payment coming in right away. I'm trying to be better about that. I'm not quibbling over a couple dollars here and there. Doesn't always work, but I'm getting better. Here's an international order. Pine needles, I guess it is, but there's the quilt pattern. Bear up there. You see there's 3 little bears up on the tree. This another thing. That's all the different patterns in this series. All the different things that we picked up like this, they're doing well. We've sold a couple and we are in the profit on these now. This is headed to Australia, $4.95 plus international shipping. So they're paying like 3 times the price in shipping to get that over there. Here we've got from, I believe, 1960, if I remember right. Alan, one of Ken's friends. And the hair is in very nice shape. You know, a little scuffing there on the front, but for the most part, super, super clean. And he sold on an offer that I sent out of $40 plus shipping. We've got an old knife, Barlow. I accepted an offer on this guy of $10 plus shipping. This is one that I picked up this weekend. It sold within, I don't know, 6 hours of listing it, something like that, maybe a little less. But Friday the 13th, look at the graphic on this thing. So cool. It's actually got the original sticker still on there. Really, really cool design on the front. And then on the back, just different scenes, of course, from the film. But this is a laser disc. And, you know, a lot of laser discs simply aren't worth that much. But, you know, a lot of VHS tapes aren't worth that much until you get into horror. And this is from the 80s. This is original. I knew this was a good one. I didn't realize quite how good it would be, but I knew that it would be good to pick up, especially for $1. And like I said, this thing sold super quickly. Untested, but it's very, very clean. And so I did actually take an offer on it just because they said, hey, it is untested. Would you take an offer of $60? I said, yeah, $60 plus shipping for a $1 purchase. And it sold the day I picked it up. Pretty solid. Here we've got, let's see, we did that. We've got some other movies, speaking of horror. Picked these up this weekend as well. And this, I think, was part of, I bought a box of all kinds of movies. And I said, you know, hey, rather than me just flipping through this and picking what I want, how about we make a deal for the whole box? He had, I think, $2 or $3 on some things. One thing in there was $10. You know, various prices. He said $40. I was kind of surprised because that's a good deal. And so even these that aren't worth a ton, they were worth listing because they do sell. I went through and picked out the ones that do sell, and the others I'm going to take down to the pawn shop and I'll get like $1 a piece for them. So we'll get a little bit of cash back right away. And then the rest we're going to sell. Texas Chainsaw, $3.99 plus shipping for that. And then we got this one, I think going to the same buyer. Can't remember. 2 of these went to the same person. We got Pixels in 3D. We settled in at $3 plus shipping for that. And then this is one that has always sold well for me when I find it. The Vikings series sells very well if you can find the complete series, of course. This is just the first season, but even that will sell quite well. $4.99 plus shipping, and it sold inside of about a day. So low dollars, but very quick sales and very easy packing. We've got one of our Super Cross figures. We're done with the red ones. Now we've moved on to the blue. I don't know that they're quite as good, but hopefully they sell. Justin Cooper is the writer. This guy, and we're all in the profit on the purchase of these now, but he sold for $9.89 plus shipping. We've got this guy. I paid, shoot, I think it was 20 cents or something for each of these because I paid $1 for a pile of them. And the Mulberry Street mirrors for a dollhouse, $6.98 plus shipping. We've got a controller here for the PS1. Cool blue semi see-through color there. It does work. And it's pretty solid. You know, this has been listed for, I don't know, about a month, something like that. Maybe a little bit more than that. But 14 bucks plus shipping. That's an offer that I sent out. We've got a comic book here. Not real high dollar, but cool enough to sell. At least I thought so. The Uncanny X-Men number 144. We got $9.98. Free shipping, I believe, on that. These guys are cool. These were in like a grab bag of different Fisher Price figures that I picked up at a garage sale where we got all kinds of old toys. Never had seen these guys before. You can see he's got some paint loss there. But these are really rare figures. Fisher Price Adventure People. It's X-Ray Man and X-Ray Woman. Had never heard of them, but they're pretty rare, pretty hard to find. And collectors are out there trying to find them because these guys I sold for $50 plus shipping. Told you those grab bags are worth looking at. Here we got another vinyl heading out. We got DJ Clue presenting Backstage Mixtape. This thing sold for $22.39 plus shipping. We've got some cards here. I know, Will Smith, right? Jamming with Will Smith. So we've got 3 Will Smith rookie cards and then 2 of these with the boys and Will Smith cards. Not high dollar, but they were part of a bulk deal that I made, and so it was worth listing. They haven't been listed for all that long. $4.98 plus shipping for those. I'll take $5. I'm not going to leave $5 just laying on the street, right? Got a Nikon camera, the N65, an SLR camera. It's been tested for mechanical functions. Not, you know, I didn't run a roll of film through there, but everything operates as it should. And so I'm pretty confident in this. And it says that in the listing of, you know, mechanically it does appear to work just fine. Everything's clean, the motor run, you know, everything should work. And so with any luck, it will. These are pretty good. And so I have confidence that this thing is going to be just fine. And we sold this for $38.39 plus shipping. We've got, we go from Nikon to Olympus. This is a little recorder. Now, when I grabbed this initially, I thought, oh, maybe it's even new in there, right? It's not. I was in an estate sale. I think I paid $1 or $2 for it. Opened it up when I got home, and there were batteries in it. I don't think batteries came in it, so I don't think it was new. But the batteries had, of course, corroded in there. So I got to work, got my Q-tip and toothpicks, and got all of the old acid junk out of there. And there's a little bit left over that I couldn't quite get out, but I put that in the pictures, put that in the listing, explain, you know, hey, the batteries did corrode in here, but I cleaned it out and now it works just fine. So I did have to price it down a little bit because of that, but it was still a good pickup. $28.79 plus shipping for that guy. That's worth a couple bucks, right? This guy, we're almost there. Cool Denver Nuggets hat. I like selling hats. I picked up a whole bunch of hats this weekend as well. So some weekends you just end up getting the same sort of stuff. And so it was nice. And I got the same sort of stuff that I like listing. Nuggets hat sold for $12 plus shipping. Back here we've got a Baltimore Orioles bucket hat. And this is one of those things. I'm going to do what the customer asked, guys. It sold for $9.98 plus shipping. It's a pretty cool old hat. And they sent me a message a little bit afterwards. It was, I don't know, an hour later, something like that, and said, oh, shoot, my old address is on there. Can you please send it to my new address? I know, it triggers people on eBay. And when I mention it here, but I'm going to do that. I've always done that. Never had a problem. I know some people will say that they have. I say, look at the situation, look at the item, and judge for yourself. Will you lose protection? Maybe. What are the odds of being scammed? Very, very low, especially on a $10 hat. Might it happen? Sure. I'm going to get bit at some point. I haven't yet. And so I'm happy making my customers happy. And we're going to ship that thing off to the address he sent me. in the eBay system. Here we've got all bagged up, but it's a Duluth Trading Company shirt. Now, these used to be worth a little bit more, but still solid sale, 10 bucks plus shipping for that. And then this guy, look at right here, it is from the Marlboro Country Store. It's an XL jacket in beautiful shape. Got the leather collar on the denim jacket. This thing is cool. And I don't remember how much I paid for this, to be quite honest with you. I got this out of my pile and said, hey, it's time to list this guy. And it sold for $34.56 plus shipping. And guess what? There's a customer request attached to this one as well. We'll talk about that. All right, so the coat, well, I mean, first off, I should point out on the ship to a different address thing. I pointed out while we were looking at the stuff on the table, but I'll say it again. Every single request you have to take on its own merits. If that was a $100 item, I'd probably have them go through the process of canceling and repurchasing just to make sure that you have that protection, right? But for the lower dollar items, I don't mind doing it. And I've never had a problem doing it. And so the request that we had on the jacket had to do with shipping service and shipping, I guess, as a result, shipping speed, right? They said, hey, I'm getting this for my brother for his birthday. The birthday is at the end of July, so I'm in no real hurry to get this item. Can we find a cheaper shipping method? I had it set up as priority mail. And so they paid for the priority service. They said any efforts would be appreciated. So they were going to pay for it anyway, but just asked, hey, is there any way that we can get this a little bit cheaper? They did pay full price for the jacket. And so, yeah, I can do that. Now, you don't want to downgrade somebody when they didn't ask for it. Right? If you put first class, don't ship it media mail if it's a DVD or something like that. If it's priority, don't downgrade them to first class. For the most part, I wouldn't recommend that. But this was specifically asked for by the customer. And so I got in there and I looked, and Parcel Select I was able to get for $6 and change cheaper. So yeah, that's what we did. I downgraded them shipping, shipped it Parcel Select, and was able to refund them that $6 and change. And so I think as a result of that, it shipped right away, but with a slower service, got it for them cheaper, refunded the difference, and it's a great product. I think all of that's going to combine into getting great feedback. And a lot of times people say, especially newer sellers, they talk about a mosquito on my arm. They talk about, how do I get feedback? Nobody's leaving me feedback. Do I put in notes? Do I sticker? Do I put in a gift? Do I, they're trying to find all these things that they can do. Honestly, I think it is all about under promising and over delivering on the product. Be sure to point out all the flaws and have people go, wow, this is better than what I thought it was going to be. That's a good thing. Get it to them quickly. If you can get it out the day of, that's great, especially on holidays or ahead of weekends. They're getting it sometimes on the day they thought it was going to be shipped out. That leaves that leaves a mark, right? That they remember that, and they want to get in and tell people about that. If it's just an average sale and receipt of purchase, they might not think to go in and leave feedback. And so I think that's something that's very important. And then, packaging well, customer service, that falls in there too, I suppose, in instances where something is asked for, to the best of your ability, follow through with that and help out the customer. And then you will, I think, as a result, see more feedback come in. And now a lot of people will say, feedback doesn't matter. I disagree. I get what they're saying, but feedback matters for sure. I don't know if specific feedback, I don't know how many people get in and read the feedback necessarily, but they look at how many you have just to see that you've got a track record, and they look at the percentage. And so you want a good number and you want a high percentage. So to the extent of, I don't think people are necessarily reading the exact feedback left by people. I would agree, but I think feedback does matter in many instances. So this is another way that you can help get some of that feedback up there. So guys, I appreciate you so much. I got to get going. The kid's got a band concert tonight, her final high school band concert. I don't know how we got there, but I got to get going. I'm going to pick up some flowers. I think that's the last band concert etiquette. I think I'm going to give it a shot. So we're going to give her some flowers tonight and go see her play. So I got to get this put together and uploaded. We'll see you next time.